All right, so in the last video that we finished, I was doing some examples. I'm going to start that over again. So this is a triangle sum theorem, and so we talked about that in class on Tuesday and Wednesday, January 8th and 9th. And so the triangle sum theorem says that the interior angles of a triangle sum, which means adds up to 180 degrees. So here's our triangle. We have A, B, and C, and angle A plus angle B plus angle C equals 180. And then we talked about when we cut the triangle apart, we had angle A in the middle, and we just like tore the edges off, the vertices off. And so angle A was in the middle, angle C was on one side, and angle B was on the other side. And so all three together actually gave you a straight line when we put our torn vertices together. And this happens no matter what kind of triangle we have. So we're going to use the sum theorem to do a couple examples. And so there's kind of three levels of the problem. So the first level is kind of what little, like when you first learn about triangles, the angles add to 180. That we have angle or triangle MAT, and the angle M is 82 degrees. And then we have angle A is 27 degrees. And now what is angle X? And so your job is to figure out what is that angle. So we know that 82 plus 27 plus X equals 180. And this is by the triangle sum theorem. Triangle sum theorem. So we know that, and so we can just now solve this equation trying to find out what does X equal. So we're going to combine our like terms, 82 and 27. And that gives us 109 plus X equals 180. And so now we're going to subtract 109 from 180. And when we do that, then we get that X equals 71. And so I did most of that already ahead of time, or you can do it in your calculator, or you can just, do the subtraction. 10 minus 9 gives you 1. You'd have to borrow this, make it a 7. And so now 7 minus 0 is 7, and there. So we know that X is 71 degrees. And so if we put 71 degrees in there, we want to check our work. And so we're going to just double check that 82 plus 27 plus 71 and see what we get. And oops, sorry, that my screen's kind of freezing when I'm trying to write. Erase these. A little bit of a lag going on in my computer right now. Okay, so 82 plus 27 plus the 71 that we found. If we add it together, we get 2 and 7 is 9, plus a 1 more gives you 10, and carry the 1. And then I always like to look at the 8 and 2 gives me 10, so 8 and 2 is 10, plus 1 is 11, plus 7 is 8, so it's 18. And so this does equal 180 degrees. So now we're going to do step 2. And so step 2, we have an obtuse triangle. This is like level 2 type of question. So this is a not very close to redraw that. It's not easy to draw obtuse triangles. So I'm going to just draw this again. There's my base. There's my acute angle. And so this is 5x in the obtuse angle. And the acute angles are actually the same, 2x and 2x. And so now there's two questions here. A is solve for x. And B is what are the angles? And so to figure this out, remember, I know that 2x plus 5x plus 2x with a triangle sum theorem gives me that altogether is going to equal 180 degrees. And so I can add 2 plus 5 is 7, plus 2 gives me 9x equals 180 degrees. Divide by 9, and x equals 18 divided by 9 is 2, and then it's just add on that 0. So x equals 20. So step 1, x is 20 degrees. So now I'm going to change colors at this point. And so now I'm going to, if I know x is 20, I'm going to now substitute that in for each of my angles. So x is 20, and I'm going to multiply each number times 20. Here, here, and here. And so I have 2 times 20. I have 5 times 20, and then I have 2 times 20. This is really lacking. So 2 times 20 gives me 40. 5 times 20 gives me 100. And 2 times 20 equals 40. You can hear my baby. Hold on, Miles. My baby just woke up. So now I need to make sure that I'm correct. And if I take 40 and 100, that's 140. Plus 40 more equals 180. And so my angles are 40, 40, and 100. There you go. So those are my angle measurements. Let's add the degrees on there. So now I did that one. And the last example that I wanted to do was a little bit more challenging, only because you have to recognize this 90 degrees. And this is really common type of problem. So I'm going to draw a right triangle, maybe, a right triangle. And so this, I'm going to put this square there. I'm not going to do anything other than that, and that means that it's 90. But I'm not going to write 90. You have to know that. This angle is 40, and this angle in here is 34 plus x. So your job is to first, again, A, what is x? So solve for x. And then B is what is the missing angle. So I know this is 90. I'm not going to do anything on this problem. They're testing you to see, do you know what that is? So I have 90, and then I'm going to use triangle sum theorem and know 90 plus 40 plus 34 plus x all together will equal 180. So that's the first angle, second angle given, and this all together is that third angle. And so now I'm going to solve this equation. So 90 plus 40 is 130, plus 34 gives me 164 plus x, which is 180. And then I'm going to have, so I'm going to solve for x. I'm going to go minus 164, minus 164. And when I solve for x, that's gone. I get x equals, and you can use your calculator, do the subtraction. That gives me a 16. So x equals 16. But notice X, I'm going to go back to using my purple because my answer, that's part A. So part A is X equals 16. But now I need to substitute that in here and see what is 34 plus 16. And if you do 34 plus 16, 6 and 4 is 10. So then you have 3 plus 1 is 4, so that equals 50. So this whole thing here equals 50. And so now we want to make sure that our three angles add to 180. So 90 is, that's half of 180 right there. So I know it's 90, and then if I add 50 and 40, 50 and 40 also gives me 90, and so I know that I equal 180. So I'm good. And so I'm sorry if this is a laggy video and you can hear the background noises. These are some examples that will help you with what we are doing with the triangle sum theorem in class for Math 2 with Mrs. Rimley. Hope you have a great day, and I hope this helps you. Okay, good night, goodbye, good afternoon.